Four things must happen for Peter Obi to sit in Aso Rock as president of Nigeria in 2027. Four things. And all of these four things are woven into free and fair elections. So it's sort of a chicken and egg scenario. Four things. Remember we said, without free and fair elections, Peter Obi will be rigged out again. If free and fair elections were to happen today, Peter Obi will win. In fact, in a landslide. So how do we guarantee free and fair elections? We have looked at electoral reforms and we have looked at its limitations, whether or not we actually had electoral amendment. And we have taken it up a notch. But here are four things that must happen for Peter Obi to become the next president of Nigeria. Number one, real-time election monitoring. Real-time election monitoring. Apart from whatever we can get INEC to do through electoral reforms, whether or not we get electoral reforms, whether or not we get the Electoral Act amended, whether or not we are able to put in there mandatory election results transmission in real time, collation and presentation to the Nigerian public, whether or not we are able to get it. We still need to do a citizens organized parallel real-time election results transmission, collation and presentation. We need to do that. And we have the software or the technology for that. Remember, we just need the people. The software is Vote Vision. We have it. And we just need to test it using polling unit marshals, which you can volunteer for. Links in the description. The second thing that must happen for Peter Obi to win and become the next president of Nigeria, the second thing that must happen for there to be free and fair elections is de-weaponization of poverty. Poverty has to be de-weaponized. If we do not de-weaponize poverty, vote selling and vote buying will still be the order of the day. People need to be able to see, to feel, to get welfare support from alternate sources apart from greedy politicians. Right now, politicians have made the people poor and the people are hungry. And when they think of where their next meal is going to come from, the only sets of people that their minds go to are the same greedy politicians that put them in the situation they are in right now. You can blame the people all you want, but we can help them. We can help them by de-weaponizing poverty. And the tool to do that is WellFund. WellFund is an application that aggregates and ensures that indigent Nigerians, poor Nigerians, have access to welfare, but must participate in an agricultural production program. So, WellFund is actually a program that teaches people to fish rather than just simply giving them fish. When we are able to do that, when we are able to open the eyes of the people to see that you don't need to look up to corrupt politicians to get welfare support, to live basic life. When we succeed in doing that, we will have succeeded from freeing the people from the grasp or de-weaponizing poverty for them, such that they will not be willing to sell their votes for 5,000, 10,000 anymore because they know they have a better alternative. That is what WellFund will do. Details to come. The third thing that needs to happen for Peter Obi to become the next president of Nigeria is Law Patrol. Law Patrol seeks to de-weaponize impunity. Impunity has been weaponized against Nigerians. What is impunity? Disrespect for the rule of law, where some people feel and act and behave as though they are above the law. That is impunity. It is not random. It is not a mistake. It is a calculated line of action. To weaponize impunity is to discourage people from the electoral process, to make it such that they don't have real options. They don't have real options. So, to de-weaponize impunity and ensure rule of law, to ensure that Nigerians that have their rights violated in one way or the other, in fact, in any way at all, have access to justice. Because right now, with the weaponization of impunity, what do we have? We have that justice is now a luxury that only the rich, not necessarily even the rich, only those close to power can afford. We must stop that. To de-weaponize impunity and strengthen rule of law, we must begin to implement Law Patrol. More details to come. The fourth thing that must happen for Peter Obi to be the next president of Nigeria, to sit in Aso Rock as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come May 29th, 2027. That third thing, that fourth thing is Abundance Party. Abundance Party must happen. Somebody asked a question. We already have 18 political parties in Nigeria. Why do we need any other political party? Fair question. Some other persons say, oh, in the United States of America, they are a two-party state. Why should we need anything more than two parties in Nigeria? Well, America is not a two-party state. You can say two major parties, but there are a lot of other smaller political parties there. In Nigeria, looking across the whole political terrain, looking across the 19 political parties, there are certain political party reforms that are essential if we were to operate a two-party system, or to even go with the existing 19 political parties. Which of the political parties guarantees that nomination form for any office is free? Which of the political parties? Which of the political parties guarantees that the mode of primary elections is direct primaries, totally eradicating the delegate system of indirect primaries? Because, tell me, what starts corruption in the election process worse than delegate system? Delegate, once you have a delegate system, is simply an open invitation to corruption, to throw money around, to big money politics, because people start jostling to become delegate just so they can use their delegate position to get money from aspirants. So which of the 19 political parties will tell you that in their constitution, there's a provision that eradicates indirect primaries or even consensus, and that the mode of primaries is direct primaries with electronic voting for added transparency? Which of the 19 political parties have that? None. Which of the 19 political parties have a condition in their constitution that 2 years before a general election, no decampee is allowed to join the party? 2 years. 2 years before a general election, which means that by now, nobody should be allowed to decamp into any other political party anymore. Once we have that, we have started to create a level playing field that we open the political space to every Nigerian. Right now, is it open to every Nigerian? Or it is open to an exclusive group of Nigerians that keep recycling themselves, that never want to leave power? So with these 3 points alone, there are others that are purely ideological in nature. About 15 of them. But let's just stick with these 3. Which of these political parties have these 3 conditions? Your answer is as good as mine. Now, if you look across all the 19 political parties and you do not find any political party that has these 3 basic conditions, what are you supposed to do? Stay away? The answer is no. Join to create Abundance Party. Because it is the party that will open up the political atmosphere, the political terrain, and throw up real options, real candidates for the people. Because candidates are not just thrown up based on their personal qualities. No, they are thrown up based on set guidelines that determine their line of action. So these are the 4 things that must happen for Peter Obi to become the next president of Nigeria. Whatever we do, whatever arguments we make, whatever campaigns we make, whatever talks we make, everything that we do, if we do not tailor them around these 4 things, we are wasting time. We are wasting time. Everything will be for nothing if they are not revolved around these 4 things. Let me tell you what the biggest weapon of Tinubu is in the 2027 election. Many of you quickly think it is rigging. Your mind goes to, oh, Tinubu has written the election results for 2027 already. That's where your mind goes. I don't blame you. But here's the thing. What is it that makes rigging possible for Tinubu in 2027? Those are the things that we should look at. Yes, you may say INEC. You may say security agency, compromised security agency, compromised judiciary, thugs. But then again, all of these that you mentioned or have mentioned will not be effective for Tinubu to rig 2027 election if there is this big one, which I call the secret weapon. And what is it? Voter apathy. Voter apathy is the magic ingredient, the secret ingredient that will make any rigging plan of Tinubu to work perfectly in 2027. But you see, these 4 things that I say must happen will collectively work to eradicate voter apathy. If we do these 4 things, I can guarantee you that Nigerians will rush to participate in the electoral process. And voter apathy, if all 94 million Nigerians that have their PVC come out to vote, it will be impossible for a Tinubu to rig. And that is why I say we must focus on these 4 things to make sure that we do them. How are we going to do them? So that we can get a Peter Obi into Aso Rock in 2027. Because you and I know. We know it. Forget all the shenanigans that are going on around the political atmosphere. All this talk about calling Peter Obi black and all that. Nigeria needs Peter Obi to set it on a new path. That path from consumption to production, we need to go on that journey. And unfortunately, it is only Peter Obi that is best suited for that now. Forget all that is happening. All the betrayals, all the shenanigans. It's all a distraction. Let us focus on these 4 things. Nigeria needs Peter Obi, but Peter Obi needs free and fair elections. And for free and fair elections to happen, 4 things we must engage. Vote Vision and Polling Unit Marshal for real-time election monitoring, yes, by the people. Well Fund to de-weaponize poverty, law patrol to de-weaponize impunity and guarantee rule of law, and then Abundance Party to open up the political field for all Nigerians to access, to throw up real candidates with quality based on preset rules and regulations. We need these 4 things, and you are invited to join us to participate in these 4 things. We're launching them. We have the software, we have the technology already. Yes, we may need to expand, so we may need your donation in that regard, but that's secondary. We already have invested our resources to get this technology in place, but we need the people. We need polling unit marshal, 600,000 of you. So volunteer right away. And then let's take everything by force, by smart, by action, not just by talk. All of these are just 4 segments of Project Eagle. Let me know what you want to, if you want more details about any of this program, or if you have any suggestion about how to make any of these programs better, do let me know. Share your thoughts in the description, in the comments, and then share this video so that more people will see it. Let's talk about Well Fund in the next video.